So I don't know about you, but I never feel like I'm doing a good enough job at anything. I always feel like I need to be spending more time on everything, and I'm always falling short. I read a book called 4,000 Weeks, and it changed how I viewed things. And one of the things that I really liked from that book is this idea of choosing what you're going to do poorly, choosing the things that you're going to be bad at, because it's inevitable. There's only a certain amount of time in the week. You can't be great at everything. There's just not enough time. And so, since you're going to be bad at some things, it makes sense to choose what those things are. And so I was thinking about that today, and I came up with a system for making it really clear that that is a choice you have to make and then a process for making that choice. And I thought it might help you just think about this and forgive yourself for the things you're going to be bad at. Really embrace that you're going to be bad at them so that you can be at ease and just be good at the few things you can be good at. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that system here. It's this spreadsheet split into 3 tabs. Really simple. You can set it up for yourself. I'm going to show you the one I made for me. The idea is you decide how many hours in your week are going to be scheduled, where you're going to decide, I'm doing this from this time to this time. So I even include sleep in here because if you're like me, I like to go to sleep at the same time every night. I like to wake up at the same time every morning. And so that is something I am scheduling. You might not want to schedule sleep. I'm scheduling my work. I'm scheduling time with hobby. I'm scheduling time with my kids, with my wife. I like to schedule things. Maybe you don't. It helps me feel good about how I'm spending my time. But this can be whatever number you want it to be, just the hours you want to be scheduled. And then these are how good we're going to be at each thing. You can change these if you want. You can put any values here. These are the default I used. Feel free to leave them as is, and then go to this Activities tab down at the bottom. Here is where you're going to list all your activities. I have a lot. You don't need to have 14 like I do. Everything that you're trying to accomplish, everything you're trying to devote time to. So you can see I have sleep, I have exercise, I have my core work. This is the stuff like I have to get done to keep my job. YouTube is something I would like to do more of for my job. I want to learn more about AI and automation. That's a skill I'm trying to develop. Business growth is just growing the company that I work for. So I'm lucky to have a lot of flexibility in how I spend my time at work, but I've really divided it down into these categories. And then there's me being a parent, being a spouse, me being a friend. And then, of course, game dev is my main hobby, the thing I'm trying to put as much time into as I can. Music is just like a side thing, side work. Playing video games, it's just for something for fun, but if I don't schedule it, I don't do it. And then reading. And then for each of these activities, I decided for myself how many hours would I have to put in each week to feel like I was terrible, to feel like I was bad, okay, good, great, master, or world class. Okay, and this is just self-defined, and it'll be different for you. But, for sleep, I like to get about 8 hours of sleep a night, but that means I have to schedule about 8.5 hours of sleep, and that's about 60 hours a week. So that's for me, that's like master level sleeping. That's important to me, as you'll see on the next tab. Exercise, I feel if you're getting about an hour a day with 1 day off, that's great. This is just how I feel about each of these, and it'll be different for you. But really, I just had to kind of ask myself, how many hours would you have to put into this thing to feel like you were good at it? To feel like you're okay at it? To feel like you're a world class at it? And then what this sheet does for you is it calculates all those things. So on the last page, this is the calculator. Here, for each activity, you're going to decide, am I going to be a master at this? Am I going to be okay at this? Am I going to be good at this? And you just go through. And as you can see, I want to be a master sleeper because that sounds weird. Because I think sleep's really important. I think it multiplies everything else. Okay. So that's like non-negotiable for me. I want to get a lot of sleep because everything else goes better. I want to be great at exercise. But you know what? These things, I can just be good at them. And you'll see in a second, I'm not done with this. This is just helping me think through this and showing that you really do have to make trade-offs, right? I can't be world-class at everything. If I want to be a world-class YouTuber is probably putting 80 hours a week in. That's all I'd be doing. So that's going to push me over. Maybe I can be good at it. And then it'll take the hours that you defined for each of these, and it'll put it here. And as you can see right now, I'm at 146 of the 136 hours I need to schedule. So that shows me I need to make some real decisions here, some tough decisions about where I'm going. Do I want to be a less good? Maybe I only want to be an okay parent, right? I don't think that's where I want to compromise. Maybe I can't put 20 hours a week into the game dev, and I have to go down to okay. And now I'm getting a little bit closer. And maybe it's not time to start a habit in reading. And maybe I need to take a break from video games for a while. And I'm getting a little bit closer. And this is where, like, it helps me see that I really do have to make these trade offs. I feel bad about them, but there's no way around it. There's only a certain amount of hours in the week. And now I got to decide maybe I'm seeing my friends less for a little bit. Maybe it's not time to start music. I don't know. I got to spend more time with this, but maybe this is a tool that would be useful for you to really understand, hey, these are the things I'm going to be good at, and that's all I can handle, and that's okay because that's just how time works. All right. Let me know if it works for you, and there's a link in the description to copy this spreadsheet. Just go ahead, make a copy of that and set it up for yourself by filling out the activities tab and defining your hours per week. Thanks.